Good afternoon everyone. I'm just going to do a little quick clip here to show you how to do this angled cut on the bottom of the lampshade. So here's our lampshade here. We've got our outside diameter of the part that sticks up the way, and we've got the fillets, but if you notice down the bottom it's cut at an angle, and that angle is 20 degrees. A couple of people come back with various different ways of doing it, but I haven't actually seen anyone doing it the way that I would expect them to do it. So I'm just going to try and explain it, how I would do it, and then show you a way that a couple of other people have and also achieved it, but it's taken them slightly longer to do it. So there's our lampshade. First thing I'm going to do is find a plane that goes through the centre, make it visible, and then I'm going to put a sketch on that plane. Now just to see what I'm doing, I'm going to do a slice graphics down the bottom here, this button, and that slices the graphics. And what I want is a line that goes from this corner all the way up and outside the shape with an angle of 20 degrees. If I go to my line tool, go right down to the corner, make sure it clicks, and then I'm just going to go beyond, and I can see my two numbers flashing here. I'm not too concerned with the length, as long as it's outside the shape I'm quite happy. And then I'm going to tab across, and the angle I'm looking for is going to be 20 degrees back from there, which would be 70 degrees. So I'm going to type in 70 and press escape to get rid of the tail, and I'm going to finish that sketch. So now I've got a line going through the way that I want it. I'm now going to use the split tool, which we have used before. Now I'm using 2021 version of Inventor, so it's a little bit different on here, not exactly the same as we did in school. First of all, I'm going to select the tool that I'm going to cut it with, which is, if I can get it to select, come on, there we go, that one there. And what I want that to do is I want it to split the solid. So I can either split it that way, which means anything in that direction will be cut, or if I click on this one, anything down that direction will be cut. Coincidentally, if I click on that one, nothing would be cut away, but the item would be split. So as it says in the little pop-up menu, split the solid and keep both sides. But what I want is anything down this way to disappear. Click on here, off it's gone, turn off the visibility, and as we can see, we've got that perfect. So all I'm going to do is go back and show you a way that someone else did it. A couple of people talked about using extrusion by subtraction, which you can do. So once again, I'm going to put a sketch on this profile, and I'm going to once again split the graphics so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go to my line, start off there. I'm going to do as before. I'm going to tab up and go to 70 degrees, and now I'm going to press escape, get my line tool, and I'm going to join on to that line where it touches there. I'm going to go down to this corner and then across to back to where I started, and then I'm going to press escape, and I'm going to trim off this part here. So I've now got a triangular profile with the correct angled line. If I finish that sketch, and then I can go to extrude by subtraction, and I want it to go in both directions, cutting out that way, so I'll just spin it around so you can see what's happening. So we've got that profile cutting out there, and then press OK, and as you'll see, we've ended up with the same as we did before, but it just takes slightly longer to do. Instead of sketching one line, you've got to sketch three. You've also got the danger that the profile doesn't close up and give you a complete closed profile at the end of it, so there's all sorts of things that could potentially go wrong with that one. The main way to do it, I would suggest, is using this split tool up here, drawing a line through your object, then splitting it to get rid of the bit that you don't want.